Hi there, my name is Morgan Gunther and I'm a naturalist with the East Bay Regional Park District, and I'd like to welcome you today to Songs and Stories. Today we're going to be learning all about watersheds and how water connects all of us together and that we are part of a watershed. So to get started, let's go ahead and let's actually talk about what it means to be part of a watershed. So let's break it down. I want you to think of, first we're going to talk about water. Where are all of the different places that we can find water? So think about that. Maybe you're thinking of a lake or an ocean or the bay or a river or a creek, or maybe even inside of you, a faucet, a toilet. There are so many different places where there is water. So we know what the word water means. What about a shed? What is a shed? So you might be thinking of a place where things get stored. So a watershed is a place where water is stored. And all of that water drains down into a watershed and connects together. So let's go ahead and let's draw a picture of a super simple watershed. So we're gonna draw a mountain up top. I'm gonna draw some redwood trees. Those are just the stems of the redwood trees. So let's get some redwood trees on there, just like I've got behind me. So we've got lots of trees, but imagine like a bajillion more of those trees. And then up in the sky, we might have some clouds. And when rain falls from those clouds, what ends up happening is we get maybe a stream, and there might be some little streams that come in, and then maybe like a little lake right here that connects in. And then it might go, in our case, our watershed, we connect out into, maybe it actually goes underground in a city for a while, and then it goes out to the bay, and then eventually it goes out to the Pacific Ocean. So our watershed, we can't always see all the different parts of the watershed, but it drains down into the bay and to the Pacific Ocean. On the other side of the hill, the watershed might be a little bit different because it drains down in the other direction. So we're all part of a watershed. And the water in this watershed can evaporate back up into the sky to the clouds and then come back down. Maybe it gets caught up inside of one of us for a while. There are lots of different things that can happen in a watershed. So we're actually going to be reading a story today that's all about the journey of water as it goes all throughout the watershed and the water cycle. And this story is actually going to help us out with our song that we're going to sing today. The story is called River Song, and this is with the Banana Slug String Band, and it's written by Steve Van Zandt and illustrated by Catherine Zecca. Now, when we are singing this song today and actually reading this story, we're going to do some motions. At the end of each set of pages, we're going to see something that says blur papa shoosh. And we're going to do motions and we're going to go blur papa shoosh. So let's go ahead and practice that together. Kind of sounds like a river. So everyone go blur papa shoosh. And then we go rumbly pound. And then you can pound your hand against your other hand to make a pounding sound. So rumbly pound, and then make your hand together, and we're gonna make it look just like a river, and it's gonna go, a white rapid river makes a wonderful sound. And this helps you hear a little bit better. So let's do that together. A white rapid river makes a wonderful sound. So all together, it goes blurp papa shoosh, rumbly pound. A white rapid river makes a wonderful sound. And we'll do that at the end of each of these pages. So let's go ahead and let's read River Song. It happened one day on a mountain so high. A river was born from out of the sky. The rain and the snow came falling down, and they started to run as they hit the ground. All right, get that? Blur papa shoosh, blur papa shoosh. Rumbly pound, a white rapid river makes a wonderful sound. Good job. Got some animals joining our river. In the short days of, what season do we get snow? Winter. The river still flows under the ice and the silence of snow. As the sun rises higher, the ice it wears thin, like a raft it floats down as the spring thaw begins. We've got a little rabbit and some birds. All right, let's get ready. Blur papa shoosh, rumbly pound, a white rapid river makes a wonderful sound. Over beds made of granite, it sweeps and it rolls. It is narrow and steep and so icy, cold. It carries small rocks and it grinds them to sand. It carves out a valley and gouges the land. So you can see the river's flowing down and it's carving into the rock. We've got a hawk flying overhead. All right, blur papa shoosh, rumbly pound, a white rapid river makes a wonderful sound. Oh, looks like the season's changing. It rushes along past steep canyon walls that echo the song of a canyon wren's calls. Can you make the sound of a bird? Tweet, 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 tweet. Through a rainbow of flowers, it bubbles and sings, feeding green meadows and the new life of spring. Blur papa shoosh, rumbly pound, a white rapid river makes a wonderful sound. You can see we've got some pink flowers, got some little fiddleheads and the new ferns growing. Over flat colored stones, it riffles along, kingfishers and frogs. What sound does that frog make? Ribbit, ribbit. Join in with its songs, with rapids and falls, spray bursting in air. This river brings life to salmon and what do we have? Bear. All right, blur papa shoosh. Rumbly pound, a white rapid river makes a wonderful sound. A strider, it glides. Those are those bugs that kind of float on top of the water. A strider, it glides where an eddy has turned into dark pools in the shade of green ferns. A dragonfly's wings shine in the sun. Everyone get out your dragonfly wings and flap them. Flap, 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 flap. While a dipper bobs by a swift, rocky run. Here's our dipper, and they dip, dip, dip. All right, get ready. Blur papa shoosh, rumbly pound. A white rapid river makes a wonderful sound. It meanders past farms and past a small town where on warm summer days, the children come down. They tie an old rope to the limb of a tree and swing into the river, feeling wild and free. Oh my gosh, have you ever jumped in a river before? I have. It's kind of cold. All right, blur papa shoosh. Rumbly pound, a white rapid river makes a wonderful sound. What's happening now? They're floating along. Their parents float in an afternoon dream, where orange lilies cling to the side of a stream. In the shallows, the toddlers splash as they wade, while grandparents cool their feet in the shade. Blurp, papa, shoosh, rumbly pound, a white rapid river makes a wonderful sound. Oh my gosh, look at all the creatures here. Deer come to drink at the end of day's light. In the soft muddy banks are the footprints of night. The current divides where a small creek comes. Around a rock bar, it's united again. Look, there's a little river otter. Blurp, papa, shoosh, rumbly pound, a white rapid river makes a wonderful sound. It fills up a lake and is still for a day, but soon the wide river goes along on its way. It rolls past rocks and banks lined with trees. It carries small boats of fall-colored leaves. So you can see our river has gotten big and wide from when it started coming down the mountain, and then it got big and wide, and now it's heading out. It rolls and it rolls till it rolls past me. And it makes me smile, for it's wild and free. I know it is happy, for it's wild and free. And I wave it goodbye as it enters the sea. Blurp, papa, shoosh, rumbly pound, a white rapid river makes a wonderful sound. See some dolphins? The water in the sea rises up to the sky, and the wind blows a cloud to the mountain so high. The rain and the snow come falling down and flow to the river as they hit the ground. Blurp, papa, shoosh, rumbly pound, a white rapid river makes a wonderful sound. Good job. All right, so my friends, River Song is actually the name of the song that we're going to sing together. And the cool thing is that you already know the chorus, which is blurp, papa, shoosh, rumbly pound, a white rapid river makes a wonderful sound. And we're gonna sing that 2 times each time for the chorus. And then there's gonna be some verses, and it's gonna tell a story just like our river song story we just read. It happened one day on a mountain so high, a river was born from out of the sky. The rain and the snow came falling down, and they started to run as they hit the ground. Blurp, papa, shoosh, rumbly pound, a white rapid river makes a wonderful sound. Blurp, papa, shoosh, rumbly pound, a white rapid river makes a wonderful sound. Over beds made of granite, it swept and it rolled. It was narrow and steep and so icy cold. It carved out a valley and gouged out the land. It carried small rocks and it ground them to sand. All together, blurp, papa, shoosh, rumbly pound, a white rapid river makes a wonderful sound. Blurp, papa, shoosh, rumbly pound, a white rapid river makes a wonderful sound. It filled up a lake and was still for a day, but soon the wide river went along on its way. Rolled past rocks and banks lined with trees. It carried small boats of fall-colored leaves. Blurp, papa, shoosh, rumbly pound. A white rapid river makes a wonderful sound. Blurp bop a shoosh, rumbly pound. A white rapid river makes a wonderful sound. It wound and it wound till it wound past me, and I knew it was happy, it was wild and free. I knew it was happy, it was wild and free, and I waved it goodbye as it entered the sea. Blurp bop a shoosh, rumbly pound. A white rapid river makes a wonderful sound. Blurp bop a shoosh, rumbly pound. A white rapid river makes a wonderful sound. The water in the sea soon rose to the sky, and the wind blew a cloud to the mountains so high. The rain and the snow came falling down and flowed to the river as they hit the ground. Blurp pop a shoosh, rumbly pound. A white rapid river makes a wonderful sound. Blurp pop a shoosh, rumbly pound. A white rapid river makes a wonderful sound. A white rapid river makes a wonderful sound. All right, so thank you all so much for joining Songs and Stories today, and I hope that you learned a little bit about how water can come from the sky and flow through the creeks and rivers down to our bay and our ocean, and that we are all part of a watershed. Thanks so much, and have a great day.